What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the juice. This is the juice presented by Fish USA. So if you guys aren't familiar with Fish USA, they're a huge online tackle retailer. They got all things fishing, not just bass fishing, all things fishing. And all this tackle that I'm about to talk about that I used this week on Dale Hollow is available right at fishusa.com. I'm going to put direct links in the description below, so you can just click those links, head right over to Fish USA and buy all this tackle that I caught a bunch of bass on this week at Dale Hollow. Now we're still weighing in. I don't know where I'm going to finish up, but I had a decent event. Looks like I'm going to get a check and finish in the top 60 of the field, top 50 maybe. I don't know yet, but it's a pretty good week. And let's dive in and I'll show you all the tackle I used this week on Dale Hollow. All right, guys, so Dale Hollow is a deep, clear reservoir. So first thing that I think of is it gonna be a jerkbait. And that's really what I did. The bulk of my work this week was with a Megabass jerkbait. So I had 3 of them on the deck. This one right here, you know, this is a very popular Keller. I think it's called Elgy bone. Excellent Keller in clear water. Throwing this on the favorite Pro Series 7-foot medium heavy, you know, excellent all-around rod. It's cheap, it's $150. It's available right here at fishusa.com. Just a great all-around treble hook bait rod. Yeah, so this had 12-pound Seaguar and Vizex fluorocarbon on here. You know, that's a perfect all-around good jerkbait line. You know, Seaguar is a lot thinner than other brands, so it's able to not restrict your depth. So you're able to get the jerkbait down a little bit deeper, and it's plenty strong. That when I was fishing this around trees, so there was no worries about, you know, breaking off in the trees or anything like that. So like I said, I had 3 jerkbaits. The Elgy bone was a huge player. This one here, I forget the name of it, but it's more of a chrome Keller. I'll put it down in the description below once I figure out what Keller it was. But that one was really my #1 player this week on Dale Hollow. You know, the fish are feeding on L-lives, so I wanted something with a lot of flash. Now this one, I was throwing on the 7'2" favorite Hex series rod. You know, it's a little bit lighter, so when I was throwing this one, you know, longer throughout the day, I just didn't want to wear out my wrist, so I wanted to use a little bit lighter rod. Both of these rods are excellent for a jerkbait, but I went with this one. It's just a little bit lighter, more sensitive. Same exact line, 12-pound Seaguar and Vizex on that one as well. And then we had one more jerkbait. I just kind of alternated between the 3 of these, just depending on the water clarity. And this is the same Keller, or the same setup as the other one as well. So the jerkbait was my main deal, but whenever I'd come to a laydown and I needed to slow down a little bit, I wanted to flip in there, picked up this guy right here. This is the Epic Baits Finesse Jig, 9/16 ounce peanut butter jelly Keller. Everyone loves peanut butter jelly time. Just putting a little chunk on the back, was flipping that into those laydowns, and was able to catch a couple key fish on it today, day 2, and really help my bag here today. But was throwing this on a favorite Hex 7'6" heavy. You know, that's a good all-around jig rod. And I was using 15-pound Seaguar Tatsu fluorocarbon. I went with a little bit lighter line just to help this bait fall quicker, and to you know, in case those fish were a little line shy or anything like that, I went with that smaller diameter line. All right, over on the other side, you've seen this from previous events. Anytime you fish a Toyota Series event and you're allowed to throw an Alabama rig, you know you're going to have one on the deck. I don't think I even caught a bass on this all throughout practice or through the tournament, but I did throw it a few times today. Just try something a little different. You know, I was live scoping some deep fish that were chasing bait, and what a better way to try and catch them than an Alabama rig. So I tried this here. No bites, no fish, but I throw this on the favorite Hex 7'8" heavy. It's the Mark Daniels Jr. Signature Series rod. 25-pound Seaguar Abraze-X fluorocarbon. Favorite Soleus XCS reel on there. That's the perfect Alabama rig setup right there. Next up, we got just another small swim bait. This was very similar to the Alabama rig. I threw this just a couple times today, just while those fish were suspended, just trying to get an extra bite, but no bites, no fish. Was throwing the small swim bait on the favorite Hex 7'5" medium heavy, just a 3/8 ounce Bass Cave Tackle deadhead screw lock jig head on there, and that is my favorite little swim bait jig head, but no bites on it this week. Lastly, we had a spinnerbait just in case I got to the back of any little pockets, the water got dirtier, or seen some laydowns that needed a spinnerbait tossed in there. No bites, but we had it on the deck. This is just a War Eagle spinnerbait, and I was throwing this on the favorite Rush 7'3" medium heavy. It's actually the Zach Burge Signature Series rod. It's just a perfect all-around good spinnerbait rod. You know, you can make nice roll casts, very accurate casts with this, and get it up in tight in those laydowns and up in the cover very well. I was throwing this on 17-pound Seaguar Invis-X fluorocarbon. That's just a good all-around spinnerbait line for me. You know, I don't fish it in very heavy cover. I really don't fish a spinnerbait that much to begin with, but when I do, I really like to go with 17-pound line. Well, guys, that is it, I do believe. One last thing I would like to mention. Super important when you're throwing a jerkbait to change out your treble hooks. And I was doing that here with some Trocar. Let's see if I can get the tag out here. I got them all in a box. So I take the Trocar. It's the TK 300. It's a round bend treble hook, number 6 size. Very important to use the number 6 size on your treble hooks for your jerkbaits, your Megabass jerkbaits. You know, it's very important to put a good hook on there. That way, when they do bite it, you don't lose them. So I was doing that, swapping out all 3 of them. You know, that number 6 size doesn't overpower the jerkbait. It won't let it sink, and it won't float. You know, you got to be very specific with the hooks you put on a Megabass jerkbait, as sometimes it'll cause the bait to sink, or they may be lighter than the stock hooks and cause it to float. So you want to keep it very balanced, and that Trocar TK 300 number 6 size does the job for me. It's very important to have those good hooks, because a couple of the fish I caught were just skin hooked, and without those good treble hooks, good strong treble hooks that don't straighten out, you know, I might have lost those fish. But anyway, appreciate you guys watching this video. Head on back and watch my tournament video if you haven't already. You know, it's pretty good day here on day 2. You know, I had 18 pounds, caught a lot of fish, and really just a good bounce back rebound day after a struggle on day 1. All right, well, I'm gonna get these rods in the box. I'm gonna go grab my check, go grab some dinner, and hit the road finally back to Pennsylvania. So we'll see you guys later.